Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, we have a Choosing Beggar on eBay who gets the item he ordered exactly as described, but still wants a refund. Not just that, but he wants to keep the item as well. Let's jump right in. Okay, so this is something that happened quite a few years ago, so exact details may be a little fuzzy. I'm a fan of the BattleTech game franchise and have managed to collect a full set of the accompanying novels that flesh out the setting. One particular book that's somewhat hard to get hold of is the very first one, a book by the name of The Sword and the Dagger. I was lucky enough to get a copy for my birthday one year, but I have had the good fortune to stumble across 2 more copies at rummage sales and a second-hand bookshop. First extra copy I found I sold to a friend for the same price I paid for it, 50p. Actually got a death threat for that, but this story is about the last copy to pass through my hands. Now the book was over 20 years old at this point and not in the best of condition, but still perfectly readable. I asked around a couple of places online, but everyone either had a copy or didn't have any money to spare, even at a reduced rate. I was more interested in it going to someone who'd appreciate it than making money on it, so I listed it on eBay. I took photos from every angle, listed all the cracks and nicks it had picked up over the years. I was never anything but completely honest with the condition of the book. Bidding soon got heated, and I ended up selling it for over £50, which wasn't a bad return on something I paid about £3 for. First red flag was when the winning bidder asked if he could pay by personal check. Even though I'd made it clear that I was only expecting PayPal, he claimed that there was an issue with his account. But he also wanted me to post the book as soon as the check arrived. Trying to be helpful, I agreed to accept a check, but made it clear that I'd only post once it cleared. Magically, the issue with his PayPal vanished, and he promptly paid. Given the value of the book, I sent it special delivery so I'd not only be able to track it, but it would be insured against loss or damage. Probably a good thing I did, given what happened next. I get a message from eBay saying that a complaint has been made against me by the buyer. He said that the book was in a used condition. He was looking for a full refund and intended to keep the book. I told eBay to look at the listing, including the photos and the detailed description of the condition of the book. I did, however, offer to give a full refund, provided the book was returned to me by the same postal method. He refused my offer. He wanted a full refund and to keep the book. I tell eBay that if he wanted to keep the book, I'd offer a £10 refund. Really, just to shut him up and get it over with. Again, I had been less concerned with the money as the book getting into the hands of someone who would appreciate it. We went back and forth a few times until eBay stepped in and agreed that my offer of a £10 refund was more than enough under the circumstances, and quickly processed it for me. Given the very careful language they used, I got the impression that they were as sick of dealing with him as I was by that point. Unfortunately, he'd left me a very negative feedback the same day he issued his complaint. Didn't know eBay let you call people blank bite in your feedback, but I was a bit more reserved and simply advised against doing business with him. Story 2 shows us a choosing beggar who is in a desperate situation and needs gas for his car. He must drive a fair bit because, strangely, this happens to him multiple times a day. I just read a Choosing Beggar post about someone at a gas station offering to pay for someone's gas. Reminded me of what happened to me a few months back. The cast is a woman passenger, a male driver, and me. I went to a gas station to fill up my car. Some guy drives up to the gas station in a very rusted 2005 Dodge Caravan. Looked like a very old beater, point A to B car. Looked like it had 200,000 miles on it plus. A man wearing clothes covered in paint comes out of the car and he is arguing with a woman passenger. That's so embarrassing. How are you going to go to a person and ask them for a few dollars? Look at how you look. You look like a crackhead. What are we supposed to do? We have no gas and we overspent at Home Depot to remodel your precious kitchen because you wanted to top your sister's kitchen. Here's an idea. Put the car in neutral and you push it and I'll steer. We're only 5 streets away from the house. How about you do that? It's your fault we have no money because you had to go with the more expensive paint because more expensive paint had half a star better rating. The male driver walks up to me. Hey buddy, sorry to bother you. By any chance, do you mind putting a couple dollars in my tank? I'm about 5 streets away from my home and my wife spent all our money at Home Depot redecorating our kitchen. I have the old red beater right there. The woman passenger tries hiding her face. I think to myself, seems legit, has paint on his clothes, Home Depot is just a 5-minute drive from where we are. Yeah, sure, don't worry about it. I go inside and put $5 in his tank. I just put $5 on your tank, should be enough to get you home. Thanks, you're the man, and I hope something good comes your way today. No problem. I hop in my car and start my engine to drive off. My phone rings. A friend asked me to pick up some drinks from the station, so I make a U-turn back to the gas station. I see the male driver at a different pump. I thought, what the flip? Pull up to the station and I wait with my window rolled down. The male driver goes up to another person and gave the same story. At the end, he asked not only for gas but for snacks because his wife is cranky and on her period. I walk up to the male driver and the person he's begging from. Hey man, you're still here? Do I know you? Why are you still asking for gas? I just put $5 in your tank. You said you were only 5 blocks from your home. You're mistaking me with someone else. So now your wife is on her period. Did you ask this woman for some money? I think you should be more worried about getting pads for your wife. I'm just trying to get home. I'm sorry, miss, but do not give this man money. I already provided for him. He's lying to you. Flip you, man. I don't even know you. The male driver goes to his car and drives away. I stay at the gas station about another 10 minutes to see if he comes back. He came back. He saw me and drove right out. He came back again, and he didn't even stop at a pump. He just pulled out again. I waited another few minutes, and he never came back. Our third story shows us a choosing beggar with a coupon throwing a tantrum. Classic choosing beggar. This happened just a few minutes ago, and I mostly need to vent. I work at a major fast food chain in Sweden, and I was standing in the drive-thru taking orders. This guy came up and ordered one of our mixed selection burgers, which are more expensive than most of the other burgers on the menu. He gave me a coupon, and I noticed my boss's signature was on it. I told him that the coupon didn't cover a mixed selection burger, only a menu item worth max 76 Swedish krona. His menu item was worth 108 Swedish krona. Can't you just fix it? I want that one, with a really angry voice. I'm sorry, I can't do that. That's bull stuff, just do it! And some swear words. I really can't. Do you want any other menu item for up to 76 Swedish krona? Are you deaf? I don't want any other burger. I want that one. Fix it. I got this coupon from you because you screwed up my last order and forgot my dip. Now I get it. It's frustrating when things are missing. That's why we give out coupons when it happens. But I legit can't give him that menu item with that coupon. During this time, our boss is counting every single piece of ingredient, and we get stuff if we do it wrong because of it. I'm sorry. I gave back the coupon, he took it, and proceeded to throw it in my face. I don't want this stuff. You're worthless. Flip you! And drove off. It's more the way he talked to me that bothered me rather than the coupon thing. I'm usually pretty okay with giving away stuff for free, but not during these times. In our final story, a choosing beggar in the office is upset that the free candy available isn't the kind she likes. Here's a suggestion for you. There are these mysterious places called stores. Decades ago, I was a lead in a call center, a legit one where people called in for financial services and staff worked normal hours. I was in my 20s and, wanting to be generous, kept a big bowl of candy on my desk, free for the taking. Every day, a mature woman would stop by my desk, poke her fingers around to sift through the candy, all wrapped, from a huge Costco bag, then walk away without taking any. I thought nothing of it until one day when she did this again, then shook her head, sighed, and stalked away in disgust. I wrote daily nonsense on my whiteboard, and after that I wrote, "Feel free to bring in your own candy if you don't like mine." Everyone who saw the whiteboard cracked up because they thought I was just being silly. Obviously, as a lead, I was not going to mention the woman's behavior to anyone. A couple of days later, she stopped by again. Then, after digging around futilely, she grimaced at me and complained, "You never have any of the kind of candy that I like." Struck mute with surprise, I said nothing as she stomped off. And where did that candy bowl go? Into an unlocked desk drawer, out of sight, but I told all of my team, of which she was not a member, where to find it, and anyone who came by looking was told as well. Fortunately, this was the end to her daily plop downs, and I rarely had to interact with her anymore. I wasn't buying candy for you, Barbara, so go get your own. This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.